Ágætu félagar og hérlendis sem erlendis. I think I will actually speak in English since I assume that most of you, of course, can understand that. These are, of course, very unusual times. Banks are falling all over the place, and we have now, unfortunately, been one of them. As you know, of course, for a long time, we have had very high CTA spreads. That happened actually about 6-7 months ago. And as you know, most banks, they survive about 1 or 2 weeks, and then they have to give in. But we at least managed to survive 6, 7, 8 months in this situation. But the episode after the nationalization of Glitnir, then it became too difficult, and lines started to get pulled, and in the end, it just became too difficult for us. There is a new law here in Iceland which gives you a possibility to seek shelter in situations like this, and so we did. That was our only option, since we didn't get support from the central bank when we asked for repo facilities, while at the same time the central bank of ECB had capped our lines at exactly the same day. So that's how it happened, and that's why we are here in this present situation. This, of course, means that the domestic operation can keep on running quite easily, because that is, of course, based on access to ISK, which is abundant from the Central Bank of Iceland, but the same doesn't apply for foreign currency. And since that backup is not forthcoming, we had to do what we did. This, of course, just proves how difficult it is to run international banking operation where the backup that you have as a lender of last resort is as small compared to our own operations. And that's why we are where we are. I'm sure when this will be analyzed in history, people will realize that during the last months, especially the last weeks, many of the players in the market have become, let's say, more narrow-focused and more country-focused, and let's say more nationalistic, and trying to preserve their own banks and trying to avoid supporting the ones that are kind of incoming. And that is, in fact, actually what happened to us this Monday, and that's why we seek shelter under this new legislation and can survive, of course, smaller, but at least surviving. This, of course, means for the international operation that that, of course, has to shrink. That is unavoidable after the limited resources we will have in foreign currency after this event today. We managed, of course, to sell to our sister company Strömmur some of the assets before things became too complicated. I hope that was successful, and that at least should be supportive for the ongoing those ongoing operations. Having said that, it has been a pleasure to work with all of you, but that's just how things ended. Thank you.